As a heart surgeon, I am begging seniors to stop this one habit. Heart disease is the #1 killer of people over 60. But here's the sobering fact. It doesn't have to be. Today, I will arm you with life-saving knowledge so you can protect your heart as you age. I'm a board-certified cardiologist, a clinical professor of medicine at a major medical school, and founder of a Center for Cardiac Longevity. I've been blessed to care for thousands of patients over the years, and the stories I'll share are real. They come from my own patients and are representative of the challenges millions of Americans face every day. Let's start with a simple question. How do you know if your heart is at risk? You may be surprised to learn that the answer isn't always obvious. Take the case of Mrs. Johnson. She was a pillar of her community, active and engaged, until one day she collapsed during a routine walk. Rushed to the hospital, doctors discovered she'd suffered a heart attack. The culprit, a blockage in a coronary artery, the arteries that supply blood to the heart muscle. What's alarming is that Mrs. Johnson had no previous symptoms. Silent blockages like hers are more common in women, often going undetected until it's too late. How does this silent threat manifest? One telling sign is high blood pressure, a condition that affects 1 in 3 adults over 60. But many don't realize they're at risk. Take Mr. Williams, an outgoing retiree who loved to travel. He felt fit and healthy until his annual checkup revealed dangerously high blood pressure. Medications were prescribed, but he became discouraged by the long list of side effects. What he didn't realize was that managing blood pressure is crucial. Untreated, it can lead to heart attacks, strokes, or kidney disease. These stories underscore the importance of understanding our cardiovascular system, especially as we age. Let's begin at the beginning. The heart, a tireless muscle about the size of a fist, pumps blood throughout the body, delivering vital oxygen and nutrients to every cell. It works tirelessly, beating around 100,000 times a day. But like any hard-working muscle, it needs care. As we age, our heart faces unique challenges. Blood vessels become more rigid, making the heart work harder. The risk of blood clots increases, and the heart's natural pacemaker can malfunction, disrupting the heart's rhythm. The result? Conditions like atrial fibrillation, where the heart beats too fast and may not beat in a regular rhythm. This can significantly increase the risk of stroke and heart failure. But here's the turning point. While these issues are common, they aren't inevitable. By understanding our bodies better and adopting proactive measures, we can help keep our hearts healthy and strong. That's why today I'm sharing insights that can make a real difference in your life. Atrial fibrillation affects more than 2 million Americans over 60. I'll discuss medications used to control its irregular heartbeat. High blood pressure is another silent threat. Millions of seniors don't realize they're at risk. We'll explore ways to manage blood pressure naturally. Cholesterol, often demonized, is crucial for hormone production and cell health. Learn about the right balance of good and bad cholesterol and steps to manage it effectively. My goal is to empower you to take charge of your health. So let's delve deeper into each of these points. Atrial fibrillation can lead to serious complications like stroke and heart failure. Medications such as beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, and antiarrhythmics are often prescribed to regulate the heart's rhythm. However, some patients may prefer exploring complementary therapies. For instance, yoga, meditation, and deep breathing exercises have shown promise in reducing the frequency of atrial fibrillation episodes. These practices not only help manage the condition, but also reduce stress, which is beneficial for overall heart health. High blood pressure, a major risk factor for heart disease, affects a significant number of seniors. Fortunately, there are both medical and lifestyle approaches to keep it under control. Doctors often prescribe medications like ACE inhibitors, angiotensin receptor blockers, and diuretics. But what many don't realize is that lifestyle changes can be equally effective. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains while being low in sodium is key. Regular physical activity helps keep blood pressure in check. Stress management techniques like mindfulness and regular exercise can also play a pivotal role. Cholesterol, a topic often misunderstood, is essential for hormone production and cell health. While it's true that high levels of bad cholesterol increase the risk of heart disease, Having too little can also be problematic. The optimal balance of good and bad cholesterol varies for each individual, and managing it effectively involves a combination of medication and lifestyle changes. A well-balanced diet, regular exercise, and avoiding tobacco are fundamental. Some medications, like statins, can help reduce bad cholesterol, but they come with potential side effects. Patients should weigh these carefully with their doctors. Remember, knowledge is the first step towards taking charge of your heart health. With that said, let's look at the actionable items you can use to improve your overall health. First and foremost, let's talk about diet. What you eat has a profound impact on your heart health. Think of your heart as a car and the food you eat as the fuel. Fill your plate with fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. These foods are like high-quality fuel that keep your heart running smoothly. But watch out for hidden sugars and unhealthy fats. They can wreak havoc on your heart just as putting the wrong fuel in your car would cause it to break down. I recommend cutting back on processed foods, sugary drinks, and saturated fats. Instead, opt for heart-healthy fats found in avocados, olive oil, and nuts. These are the fuel your heart needs to stay strong and resilient. Regular physical activity is the tune-up your heart needs to stay in top shape. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. It doesn't have to be strenuous. Think brisk walking, cycling, or even dancing. Exercise helps maintain healthy blood pressure, keeps your heart muscle strong, and reduces the risk of diabetes, which can also affect your heart health. If you have high blood pressure, managing it is crucial. In addition to medication, consider lifestyle changes like reducing salt intake, increasing potassium intake through bananas or leafy greens, getting enough sleep, managing stress through meditation, and practicing relaxation techniques. For those dealing with atrial fibrillation, maintaining a healthy lifestyle is equally important. In addition to medications, focus on a balanced diet, regular exercise, adequate hydration, and stress reduction. These factors can collectively reduce the risk of complications associated with this condition. Finally, don't overlook the power of mental well-being. Chronic stress can take a toll on your heart health. Practice stress-reducing techniques like yoga, meditation, or deep breathing exercises to keep both your mind and heart calm. These practices not only benefit your heart, but also your overall quality of life. I know that aging brings with it many challenges, but remember that heart disease is not inevitable. By understanding our bodies better, embracing healthier habits, and working closely with our doctors, we can keep our hearts strong as we age. Now let me address a question I hear often. Is there a magic pill or a single change that can work wonders for my heart health? Unfortunately, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Our bodies are complex, and what works for one person might not work as well for another. That's why personalized care is so vital. Take the time to understand your unique needs, discuss your concerns openly with your healthcare provider, and work together to develop a plan that suits you best. Remember, knowledge is power, and your heart deserves all the knowledge you can get. Stay curious, stay proactive, and stay committed to your heart health. Together, we can navigate the challenges of aging while cherishing each healthy moment life has to offer. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, take care of yourself because you're worth it.